both of them based on a movie, but they're completely different. This one actually plays like a game. Alright. Give me 2 seconds, I'll be ready to go. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, I'm ready to go in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this game takes place in like a series of scenes. And the first scene is I personally have never watched the Roger Rabbit movie, so I don't know exactly how the different scenes relate, like how close it is to the original movie. And so this is Mr. Marvin. Alright, he dies. At least in this version of the game, there's not much framing. Alright, so the game gives you hints on like where to go. Like, okay, you should talk to the studio to see where Jessica Rabbit is. We don't need to do any of that. So where she is, she's in this club, and we need a password to get into there. So there's a little bit of detour. Like basically, you can just at least they don't have triggers for like, okay, you have to go to the club to figure out that you need the secret password, so on and so forth. So we need to skip straight to getting the password. And there are a couple, like, I guess, less obvious sequence breaks of this type later on in the game. Alright, getting hit by that guy in the trash can is completely random. What? You gotta be kidding me. Alright, good speedrun so far. Alright, so this is the end of scene 1. Jessica Rabbit gets kidnapped, blah 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 blah. Alright, so scene 2, you meet Eddie Valiant. So I'm actually going to walk over here to the left to talk to him, because later on I'm going to have to hide in that closet. So I just need to save a little bit of time. If I were talking to him on the right, I have to like backtrack a little bit longer. So there are actually like lots of different hiding places you can choose from, and if you don't choose the closet, you die. You will get caught and shot. And if you take too long to go into the closet, you also get shot. If you try to leave the office, you get shot. So this is the only way to do that, and you have to do it fairly quickly. And somehow, magically, he's on the other side of Eddie Valiant. Yeah, lots of tech smashing in this game. Okay, so right now I have the punch hammer. I don't actually need to equip it for this entire scene. So a little bit about the movement in this game. You walk in these half-tile increments. And normally, I guess for a lot of Game Boy games, you walk on, full tiles like at a time. But this game, you only do it half tiles, and I guess you can do a little bit of optimization in this manner. I'm stupid. Alright, should be going back this way. That was not where I should have taken damage. Alright, so now I've got this loaf of bread. Oh man, okay, this is really dumb. I completely forgot a step, which is to leave the loaf of the bread on the ground. Yeah, go back, walk around. Alright, so now that I'm here, I'm gonna leave the loaf of bread on the ground, then walk all the way back. Oh well. My goal for this run is really just to not game over, so if I can do that, I consider this run to be a success. Alright, so now that we get back here, Eddie Valiant is stuck in glue somehow. And all you do is just walk into him and get him unstuck. And Roger has this great idea to use this glue to capture one of the weasels. Now one thing about this, okay, so you can mash text, like just mash A to advance the text, but the problem is, indoors, for some reason you can crouch, and I haven't found a place to actually use this crouch mechanic, so I don't have any idea like why it's even in the game. I'm just gonna grab this just so I don't die by accident. It's possible to get past this with taking damage only twice, but more often than not, it's gonna take 3 hits. This is just a room where I can get more health. Each of these carrots replenish 2 hearts, and you have a maximum of 3, and you take damage in half-heart increments. Alright, so now that I've acquired the glue, I'm gonna go catch Stupid the Weasel. Alright, so I'm gonna stand here, wait for Stupid to walk into the glue, and then talk to him. You can only talk to Stupid from the left or the right. Luckily, there's room in between Stupid and the piece of bread on the ground. Alright, so once again, you're just like supposed to catch the streetcar, and you have to talk to Eddie Valiant twice to actually get the ticket. If you just don't talk to him, you'll get to the streetcar, the train, and you'll finally get to get the ticket. But one other thing about Eddie Valiant giving you the ticket is that it unlocks this factory over here, and this prevents you from like taking the streetcar, finding out you need the gun. And for some reason, this unlocks when you talk to Eddie Valiant the second time. Yeah, the CPU is quite strange in terms of how it moves around. I don't really understand how it works. Like, for example, I can just take a straight path through here, and none of these enemies will see me. Alright, so now I've got the toon gun. First off, I haven't even shown off the Sucker Punch glove thing. Oh, whoops. I'm done. Yeah, let's equip it. Whatever. Took the wrong path. Alright, at least I got that strat. A little bit precise yet. Take care of those 2 guys in 2 hits. Alright, so now it's onto the streetcar. This is like a really silly cutscene. Yeah, this train moves really, really slow. Oops. One little optimization. Wait, where am I? No idea where I'm going. How do I get to this streetcar? Oh, I didn't plan this out. Oh, I completely forgot my route. Yeah, one thing about the streetcar is that you can just enter it sort of from the front of it. And then the streetcar moves really, really slowly across here. It's actually probably just comparable to Roger Rabbit's normal walking speed. But the whole point is that you pass by these buildings with all these windows that have been broken out. If you walk through it normally, you will get shot by, in all these windows there's an enemy that tries to shoot you, so you will die before you reach the other side. So getting this ticket and taking this really slow streetcar is absolutely necessary. So later on we're going to see the Tea Club for a brief while. So now, this is like, I believe the only place that you can actually get bullets for the tune gun. So I'm just gonna get 9 bullets just for safety. Let's just equip it here or whatever. And for these enemies, you might have saw in one of the factories where it took 2 hits from the sucker punch to knock them down, but here it's just gonna take 1 hit. And in this fight here, you can actually control it. Whoops. Excuse me? Alright. You actually control, like, moving left, like, in all 4 different directions after you shoot it. Like, actually, so before this was discovered, like, actually, like, runs this game, you would actually try to, hit the boss without without controlling the direction, and that was actually really hard to do. Right, so Greasy's down, and this is the end of scene 3. Alright, so now I've got the speedy shoes. Nice menu. And so I need to talk to the people in the Tea Club to figure out how to get to Catch Psycho, I guess that's the name. But it turns out that you only need to talk to the second person at the bar. And so with these speedy shoes, Roger runs faster. But one important thing is that Roger can sneak past these people shooting you, and so you don't need to take the streetcar to go back. And this is a really, really dumb sort of fetch quest, where you have to go all the way back to Eddie Valiant's office. So this is Baby Herman. He gives you an axe to cut down this chain that's around this car. And of course, the car is really far away. It's all the way back at near the Tea Club. So once again, I'm walking back all the way. And then, unsurprisingly, afterwards, you need to go back to Eddie Valiant's office. But luckily with the car, you can speed that up considerably. Faster to talk to the front of the car. I'm going to call the whistle, and of course the car's already right there. And so this can send me straight back to the office. The problem is that most of the time, I've tested it empirically to about 12 out of 13, where I have to do this like random encounter fight. It only takes 3 hits to kill this guy in the car. So in that 1 in 13 chance, you can skip that fight, which is really, really slim. And even though this game has a lot of like slow, uninteresting parts, I'd say, just walking around and stuff like that, cutscenes, it really is that random encounter that ruins my desire to speedrun this game. Really ruins it as a speed game. Alright, so this is pretty much exactly the same fight as before, except Psycho is more aggressive and takes more hits to kill. Plus the music. Pretty straightforward. Just avoid the bombs and sneak in hits in between. Alright, so once again, speedy shoes. So basically all these scenes are independent, even though it seems like you pick up items from at certain places. All of those items are in some sense required. So now we're going to the harbor. I've not played this part in like over a month, so over like 2 months pretty much. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, luckily there's enough food here. Oops, taking a long cut. That's okay. Oops. I don't know how that happened. Alright, so in true Game Boy fashion, the strategy for this boss is just punch it repeatedly until it dies, tanking all damage. And that's the fight. And one thing about this is that your health is actually preserved between different scenes, so you don't get replenished. So sometimes the health can be quite important. Scene 6, the final scene of the game. What? Okay, I understand. I didn't have my speedy shoes equipped. Alright, so this is Donkey Kong. And it might seem like I'm standing like quite far away. Maybe it's not optimal, but really this is as close as I can stand for each of these. Messed up there. So you're supposed to talk to Eddie Valiant. He's supposed to like make the goo visible, but the goo is visible anyways. Me being 1/2 heart short is fine for this part. Right here I'm going to get a carrot anyways. This is actually not the most optimal carrot to get. The one in this room is actually more optimal, but it requires no mistakes. So in this room there's a trapdoor right in the middle. Alright, time's coming up soon. Alright, time. 18:24 on my timing. Eh. That's alright. Forgot where to go in a couple places, but I'm underestimated, didn't die. That's a success to me. Yeah, this is Roger Rabbit. If for some reason you're interested in running this game, just let me know. Yeah, I'm gonna be up in a bit with second run Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, so stay tuned for that. I see I should not have been